It's Tuesday. It's the morning. It must be the waffle. We're here. We'll be back right after this. Well, Jack is back from Florida.
Jack is back.
Jack's back.
I am back.
He was on a little honeymoon while he was down there.
The newlywed.
Nice.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you had your first marital fight? No, we don't have to go into that.
Wait, that's not what this show
This
is about.
the hard-hitting stuff. No, I'm joking.
That's a different show.
That's a different show.
For sure.
Chris is preparing for a mission trip, and so we have Jack on today. It's exciting. And then next week we're gonna have a guest, and then next week we're gonna have a guest.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun. So, but this was a surprise.
This was a surprise. I walked in to help.
Jack, sit
and,
down.
They were like, sit down. I'm like, okay.
Okie dokie. Here we
Guest
go.
on the show, but anyway. Well, no, you're at C of O, and we were talking about that a little before being on the air. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got what, almost 3 years done, kind of?
I'm a junior, so I have 2 years left.
It's so messed up from when I went to college. I mean, when I went to college, your first year you were a freshman, your second year you were a sophomore, your third year you were a junior, and then you were a senior, and then you graduated.
Yeah. What's the difference now?
Well, now it's like, oh no, you've got 32 credits, and it's only your second semester, but you're a sophomore, and you're by credit. How many credits?
Yeah. Mine was by credit hour.
Well, I mean, like he's like a super senior or something. I don't know.
Oh, because you got so many credits?
Oh, this is my 4th semester. I have enough credits to be a junior. Not a senior yet, though.
Yeah.
So he's starting his 4th semester, but he's already a junior instead of being a sophomore.
It's because I'm cool.
Cool like that.
Yeah.
But it takes 5 years to graduate now, so.
Does it?
Well.
Almost. I'm supposed to graduate in the fall of 2027. But I'm trying to overload on credits so I can do the spring.
So why is that? I just don't know. I don't know.
Well,
just to get the requirements.
Yeah.
I think it's to keep kids in college longer. It's to
Yeah.
get more money, and the federal student loan program pays for it all. So
Gotcha.
the longer you can keep the kids paying the tuition, the more money your college makes, and it's just a big scam.
I graduated in 3 years.
Last 20
I got enough credits to graduate in 3 whole years. I was like, I'm out of here.
Very nice.
They didn't make it easy for me to figure it out, but I figured it out.
one of my projects in college, I had a communications class, and you could pick a project and do some research and figure it out. And so my group, we actually analyzed the Drury course catalog over the 4 years preceding that time that we were there, and concluded that you could not graduate in 4 years with the required classes for any major based on the way their classes were offered. It was impossible to do so. People would, you'd massage the system like, well, I'll take this independent study or something, but the way they had their course catalog laid out, you could not take all the required courses in the order you were required to take them within a single 8-semester, 4-year period of time.
That's either perfect organization or the opposite.
Yeah, one of the two.
One of the two.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Well, mine hinged on one class being offered one semester if I could do it or not, because I thought I was going to graduate in 3.5 years, and then I was like, oh, they're offering that class this semester. I can do it in 3. Holy crap. And I did. Right. It was awesome.
That's pretty cool. I did my standard 4 and then 3 more.
Explain, yeah, you were in there for a while. Explain to the world what C of O is, because it's a very interesting concept. I think it's cool.
C of O, College of the Ozarks, is a work education program where instead of like paying for your tuition, you are given an on-campus job and you work it, and it completely covers your tuition.
Which is amazing.
Which is amazing. You still have to pay your room and board. They have the largest endowment in the world for a college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's about to get even better.
That's pretty cool.
It is?
Well, I think a lot of people know this, but it may not be widespread, but Silver Dollar City, that theme park, sits on leased land. And that lease, the land is actually owned by College of the Ozarks.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
And Silver Dollar City had a long-term lease back when they started. They just originally started. The attraction there was Marvel Cave.
Yeah.
And so while people were waiting on their cave tour, they put in Silver Dollar City, which was basically just that little front bit.
Yeah.
Where people would have something to do while they waited for their cave tour.
Yeah.
And then the theme park then grew out of all of that.
Yeah.
But it all, or most of it at least, I don't know, maybe all of it, sits on land that's owned by College of the Ozarks, and that lease is set to expire, I don't know, sometime in the near future. I'm not sure when.
Interesting.
And then, of course, C of O gets to renegotiate that lease. Obviously, Silver Dollar City has a strong reason to renew that lease, but I think everybody involved in that whole scenario, I think they're all good people.
They all working together.
I think they're all working together. I think they all want the best for everyone, and so I think they'll come to a really good agreement. But I think that obviously what C of O leased it for 50 years ago or whatever, whenever they originally did this lease, obviously it's now going to be a more lucrative lease going forward.
Wild.
Or maybe they may outright sell it and get a huge chunk of change and dump that right in that endowment. But anyway, things just getting better, I think, for College of the Ozarks.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. How many students are there?
How many students?
Do you know?
A lot.
A lot? I don't know the number off the top of my head.
I don't know the number either. I never really kept track.
Not MSU numbers.
No, it's
probably
smaller
more like Drury or Evangel numbers. I would
and I don't even know if I know those anymore. I'd have to do a Google search.
I think back when I went to Drury, we had about 1,200 day students, not counting the night program.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
MSU, last time I looked, which has been maybe a decade ago, was like 25.
I knew it was
30,000 students.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, that's a lot more than C of O.
Insane.
Somebody was talking to me about Boulder, Colorado the other day, and I guess Boulder's not that really big of a town, but 100,000 people or so, but the college is like 50,000.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the difference in building in Boulder versus building in here, and it was unbelievable. Like, it was just crazy.
Well, I mean, that's
crazy.
Springfield to some extent. You probably got 50% of the people there close to in Springfield are college students.
Yeah.
Close to that when you get. Maybe not. I mean, Springfield's what, 120,000?
No, it's like 180 now.
Is it bumped up?
Wow.
Well, so this is kind of interesting because I've been looking. Well, let's Google it because the Google. Do you guys know what the population of Rogersville is now?
I have no clue.
I would guess it's around 10.
No. Well, city limits of Rogersville.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 5,000.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's see, population. Let's see what the current population of Springfield is because I think this is an important conversation. Okay, so Springfield's showing 170. That was in 23 census, so it's bigger than that for sure. And I was looking at a MoDOT traffic study a while ago, and of course, there's the metropolitan area of Springfield, which is a more accurate depiction of the daily life in Springfield.
Yeah.
And that number was large. Let me see. Population.
Well, I know everybody's wanting to get to, golly, what is it, 500,000, 1 million metro? Because when you get to a certain level of either population and or traffic through your airport, then Southwest will come.
So
and everybody wants the Southwest to
we're
come
close.
Back. We are close.
The encompassing 5 counties, Greene, Christian, Webster, Polk, and Dallas. What's your guess? Did you see it?
500,000.
475,000.
Pretty darn close.
Very close.
Yeah.
Pretty darn close. And I was looking at this traffic study, and to me, it kind of looked like the numbers in about 5 years or so would be like potentially upwards of 650,000.
Fastest growing city in the state.
Rogersville, yeah.
Rogersville, Missouri.
Percentage-wise.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
Growing.
Pretty crazy.
Taking off around
Lots
here.
of peoples.
Well, I've been watching a little more baseball again. I took took some time off.
Yes.
Because first
Yes.
of all the political nonsense that invaded it, I just I don't need this. I'm not going to deal with it. It's not why I watch it. It's not why I want to be there. And then they ruined it by bringing in the designated hitter rule. Was the major problem. And then they did this ghost runner. After in extra innings, you start every inning with a runner on second.
Yeah, that's silly.
And the pitch clock, and just
all of the things.
A lot of things I don't
baseball.
like.
Yeah.
And so because they were National League and they didn't have a designated hitter rule, we always watched the Cardinals. And so we've been watching the Cardinals, and that's who I've been watching. And they're third out of 5.
Yeah.
And
I think they're having a better season than a lot of people expected.
yeah, well, yeah, they are, but not what we're used to.
Yeah,
we're used to the Cardinals leading the league pretty much the whole season, taking the pennant and getting in the postseason, and we've not had that. But the Royals have been doing better, and never been a Royals fan really because they did use a designated hitter because they were in the American League. Didn't really care for that much, but I just got to thinking, now it doesn't matter. You got a DH in the National League, you got a DH in the American League. So I was watching Royals baseball.
Yeah.
They're not doing any better. They're 3 out of 5
Yeah.
in their division too. But I don't know. I'd love to see baseball return to its roots.
It won't.
I know.
It won't.
MLB won't.
It won't.
I don't know. There might be a market for the next 10, 15 years for old guys like me that want to watch real baseball. No DH.
I think the problem with this stuff is once it's changed, it's never going back because there's a reason they changed it. And whether the reason actually accomplishes what they want to accomplish or not.
There are some exceptions to that. We had prohibition. We put that in the Constitution.
Yeah.
We went, oops, that was a mistake. And
it's a pretty wide scale thing.
We took that back out.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's more of, change is always happening. And I was talking yesterday with I went to dinner with one of my friends last night, and we were talking about all the stuff my age. How old are you? You're like
I'm 20.
20, yeah. So I'm more than double your age. And, so we were talking there's all the stuff that the different generations and ages of people there's all these tools and tricks and stuff, and you know more about technology than I do. About how to make your life easier. Just do this will make your life easier. And it just becomes second nature in general to younger people or people, like yourself, who are more interested in learning about it. But you get to a certain point, and we both kind of came to the same conclusion where I've pretty well learned all I can learn right now. I'm a little...
Well, it's interesting because you kind of, I don't know, work through things and with people, and it's like moms. Mom, you used to use computers all the time. You used to do this stuff. And now it's I don't know how to do anything. I can't, how do I change the channel on my TV? I can't get this thing to come up. And I understand it's different.
Yeah.
And I think she used to very easily, she would adapt to that. Just whatever was new, she'd pick it up. Very good about that. But what I'm seeing in myself is, I don't know, I really want to put the effort into learning something.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm old enough. I'm old enough now. It's I'm not sure it's worth the investment.
I'm kind of juggling a lot of stuff. I don't really want to throw something new in there. But so from because we have, let's see, 3 generations represented here.
X, Y, and Z.
That's funny.
Well, it is.
It is. But so, what's your perspective on this stuff? Are you just adapt the first thing that you see, or are you more old school?
I try my best to adapt. I do love Googling to try and figure it out.
Yeah.
I remember I asked Will a question the other day, and he sent me a link to Google.
There's this great
Google
website.
It, son.
There's this great website. It's lmgtfy.com.
Okay, I'm not going to remember that.
It stands for Let Me Google That For You.
Let me Google that for you.
And so when people ask you a question that they easily could have figured the answer out to themselves with a simple Google search, you just go to this website, you type in the Google search that they should have done themselves, And it will generate a link for you, and you can send them that link, and it's just, let me Google that for you, and then it pops up, and it fills in the Google search, and it does it for them.
That's very passive aggressive.
Oh, 100%.
Does a very good job at Googling things for you.
I really like it.
That's pretty funny.
Because I'm just like, why did you bother me with that? Not you personally.
Not you, not you, son.
And I've rarely used it with folks because people get offended when you do that for them.
I can't imagine why.
I've gotten it twice.
But I'm like,
don't send that to your wives. I'm just throwing that out there.
Do not.
It's kind of like, come on, people. I mean,
it is weird though. Like sometimes you have, obviously I Google search stuff all the time, and now you're getting these very specific AI responses, which totally blow my mind because you just don't know if they're right or not. You don't know. They have some backing of something.
It depends on the type of question you're asking.
Yeah.
If you're asking some sort of cultural, social, political question, you're going to get some BS answers.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If you're asking a very specific technical question, actually we'll go to ChatGPT all the time to ask those types of questions.
So in my job, people love to Google stuff about their houses. And they're like, I have a crack in my foundation.
Zillow
What
says
do
my
I
house
do?
is worth $750,000.
Yeah. And
how come you're only selling it for $5,000?
So here's the problem with that. It's like, okay, it's classic, like it's usually repair stuff. I have some mold in my crawl space. What the internet tells you is very different. What the internet gives you is a blanket answer that kind of involves best and worst case scenario, and the upward, and it's also drawing from different regions where things cost different amounts of money. And it's spitting out there's just some things you can't answer that way, right? Sure. So, I mean, for example, the mold thing is the perfect example. So, it's Missouri. We have crawl spaces in most of our houses here, if they're single levels. And if people don't manage their crawl space, or even if they do, it's extremely common to get fungal growth or mold in your crawl space.
And it's not necessarily that big a deal.
No, it's not a big deal at all. Because there's mold everywhere, right? And there are types of mold that are very toxic, and I think that's way more uncommon. And do people usually test and figure out what type of mold they have? No. And am I a mold expert? No. But there is solutions to this that are relatively simple and okay, we're talking the difference of $1,000 versus $10,000. And then the problem is with those questions is they just gather all the information out there and give it to you in soup form, and they're not really explaining to you, because someone default's going to be like, well, why does this person only charge $1,000 to take care of the problem, but this person charges $10,000 to take care of the problem? They must be doing a better job.
Maybe,
but not realistically, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I think what I'm seeing is we're having a hard time getting stuff done right now. Okay. People are kind of flaking out. And I think part of that comes from this just oversurge of information that's telling you all these different ways to do things. And then you're trying to get to the people that can actually accomplish the thing, whatever it is, and they're so stressed out and over-informed that they're just kind of flaking out.
Well, and then you've got everybody second-guessing and
everyone's second-guessing.
I mean, we run into that all the time. I mean,
oh, yeah.
In what, the estate planning work we do, I mean, there's a wide range of what people will charge you for estate planning, whatever that is.
Sure.
And the documents may vary wildly, what you get from one place to another place, and is it really what you wanted? I mean, and there's a huge difference between working with somebody, like us. This is what we do. We have all our own stuff. And I mean, literally no lawyers that bought Quicken's Willmaker Pro, installed it on their personal computer, and would sell that to their clients as their estate plan.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's borderline unethical.
Yeah.
So you get this, and then you get people that will Google. I had a client one time that bought like a Nolo Press, which is a legal publication that writes for lawyers, book on trust, and brought it to his meeting. I'm just like, dude, there's no way you can understand that, what you're reading, and it was brutal. We had to revise our fee schedule, because if you're going to take that much of my time, if I'm essentially teaching you the 1 year course,
why don't you just hire
4 hours a week of law school, then that's a different price than if you just want me to do the work. It's like you hire somebody to come and fix your sink. You can pay them to fix your sink, or you can pay them 10 times to spend 10 times the amount of time with you to teach you how to fix your sink. It's a different process.
Yes.
And I'm a terrible teacher. I'm a good lecturer. I present well.
Yeah.
I speak well, but I'm not a good teacher. Hey, Beth. Good morning,
Beth.
I'm glad you're here.
What career path are you headed towards? Do you know yet?
Well,
maybe you should.
I'm an ag business major, but
Okay.
I'm also going to go to law school afterwards.
Okay.
Well, I'm probably going to go to law school afterwards and most likely take over for him.
That's the path.
Yeah, that's the
That's the
plan.
trajectory.
Yeah.
That's the current plan.
There you go. That's a good
I'm
plan.
tired.
I'm tired, boss.
Tired.
I say that a lot. I'm tired, boss.
I'm 20 and I'm tired too.
You can be tired at 20. You got a lot going on. It's fine. I hate that, like, oh, you're young. You don't do anything. You're a busy guy. You're doing things you're supposed to be doing.
He's working here.
Yeah, he's
Working
working
here.
and schooling and being married and doing all that stuff.
And when I go back to school, I'm schooling and working working again.
Good for you. Schooling and working is an important thing to do. I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good. It's good.
I don't know,
work.
back to technology. I do think it's interesting, though. Like, if my mom needs her printer fixed, she calls me. If one of these guys, my kids, needs their printer fixed, they call me. It's just
The printer is an elusive technology.
Well, printer's a euphemism for whatever technology's gone wrong.
I know, but the printer is the most
It is.
frustrating thing on the planet.
It really is, because you would
It's
think
stupid.
of everything else that we have managed to improve and fix and everything else that works really good. Printers. We still fight with printers almost on a daily basis. I can't figure out why people
Here's
can't figure
my
out with
hot
printers.
take on printers.
Yep.
Going from very spoiled in the fact that in the real estate companies we've had our licenses with, we have been provided a super quality printer, right? We don't own it, but it's in our office.
Yeah.
They know how to do it. They know how to have the technology. I just don't know. Because the big printers work very well for scanning and printing, and they really only seem to get trouble when they start getting a lot of age or copies on them or whatever. So have they just not figured out how to shrink that technology, or do they just not want to?
I would lean towards the latter, honestly.
Yeah.
We lease our main printers around here. We've got some other printers.
Yeah, which ours are leased. Yeah, these big ones. Yeah.
Because to keep them running is so time consuming that you're
Yeah.
better off with the lease.
Yeah, because they just come do the maintenance and all that stuff for you.
Yeah.
Or fix it whenever it breaks.
But if everything, we have a very connected world, very connected technology. Everything jumps on the internet. Everything networks. Everything works great, except printers. We will lose our network printer connection 3 or 4 times a week. The printer's just like, forget it. I don't know how to connect to a
I'm
network.
taking a day
anymore.
off.
Yeah, and I don't know why printers are such a problem, but they
That's
are.
weird.
Anyway.
That's the problem you could solve.
Yeah.
Printers.
I can solve the printer problem.
Well,
you can
it's
do
a
it.
goal to
Somebody your age can do it.
Somewhat, hopefully.
Sure.
Figure out the printer thing. I don't know, it's like, it goes back to like, we can't figure out how to get a common cold cured, right?
Do they want to?
No,
I mean, that's always
they
the question.
don't want
Do they
to.
want to?
They don't want to shrink awesome printers. They don't want to cure the common cold.
I have some severe questions about whether or not they really, really want to cure cancer.
I think that's a valid question.
I'm concerned about how much money is made by treating cancer.
That's a lot.
And just as a generic question, though, sort of if you're the American Cancer Society, right? Nothing against American Cancer Society. They are probably fine. I don't know that much about them. But they're a non-for-profit. They raise money. Their goal is to cure cancer, eradicate cancer. And you've got people that are getting paid hundreds, if not more, of thousands of dollars every year to run this organization, that if they are successful in their mission, those people become unemployed.
Well, and think about the medical systems that would be shut down if you figured it out. I don't know. That is such a. I think that's
take a hard turn. The place I think that we really saw that with people with like Jesse Jackson and all the racial advocates and anti-discrimination folks, they had a vested interest in making sure that racism was never solved, because they made millions. Jesse Jackson made millions of dollars. And that it was very much against his personal interest to actually solve the problem. But the whole medical thing's a whole different deal, because, who knows? None of us are smart enough, educated enough to know if
I have no
it can
idea.
be cured, couldn't be cured, can be done better than it is now. But there's certainly a lot of money in treating it.
Yeah, there is.
And that's RFK Jr.'s whole position with the whole medical industry and the food industry is like it's in their best interest to keep us quasi-sick, chronically ill, and on drugs and treatment.
That says lots of diseases are not being cured because of the money.
Yep. That's the
hot take. And I mean, the food industry thing is as someone,
Beth agrees.
Yeah, as someone who has cooked food and used ingredients for a long time and has been a very ingredient forward household, the food is not the same.
No, cooking from scratch is a whole different deal.
But the food that is being provided to the masses is not the same.
No, it's not.
The quality,
no, not at all.
No, and I mean
A lot of chemicals, a lot of fillers.
a lot of chemicals, a lot of fillers, a lot of garbage.
Fills you up, but doesn't necessarily provide you the nutrition that you need.
No.
But cooking is a lost art.
Yeah, which is crazy to me because cooking is so fun and
It is
interesting,
fun.
and that has a great benefit. You get to eat it. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Learn to cook.
We cook a lot at home when we're not going out to eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go out to eat a lot.
It's good food.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. There's a lot of amazing, tasty food options in the area, but the food thing, my opinion on that is that has all that has been so transformed. One, well, because of size of population, and two, because of marketing and advertising. Like people have. The idea is, okay, we got to figure out this company to make a ton of money on this product. So we need to manipulate the consumer into believing that they need to eat something that's electric blue colored.
Yeah.
That really doesn't exist in society
nature.
other than fish. Like the color of fish.
Yeah, and you don't eat that part.
No.
No, you don't eat that.
You don't eat
No.
the blue
And
part.
so, I mean, it is really, because blueberries are not blue, right?
Purple.
Yeah.
Yes, the medical industry is a big bite to take on. It is true.
It really is.
So, in essence, they're manipulating the consumer to believe that they need to eat something because it's very interesting or flavored or different or unique. And then what they will say is, well, people eat with their eyes and they want this. They have asked for this. Bull crap.
Well, we made 'em.
I never woke up and thought, I need a blue chip today.
No.
I need an electric blue chip.
But yeah, I don't know where it came from, but they do. There is
Well, it came-
purple corn grows that way.
Yeah, it's purple corn.
There's
Yeah,
purple
and you can
corn.
make purple corn chips out of that.
You make purple corn chips, and they do. They have purple corn chips. I think and that's why I like RFK Jr. I don't know everything about what he thinks, because I don't have time to learn.
Well, and I know I don't
everything
agree with
about
everything he thinks.
No.
I know that too.
And I do think this is one of those things that, like, as a country, we should be completely united on and be like, yeah, we don't need to do that. Like, we need to take that crap out of our food. They've done it in other places for good reason, and I know it's like that's anti-regulation. We don't want regulations and big government. There's a point though where the intention of the company doing this is dishonest, borderline unethical.
And I can agree.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. You know, what I would wish rather than that is an educated, intelligent populace that goes, wait a minute. We watched the Morning Waffle. We know better than this.
We know better.
We learned some things. We don't want that processed food dyed stuff. We're gonna get out a grill and we're gonna cook our meat at home and we're gonna grow our own potatoes and
Yes.
eat out of our garden, which we've had some really great salads. Beth, heard anything about what yummy donut?
We were just talking about.
Well,
before.
don't we all want to know about that?
I was hoping
waiting
they'd
on the
be
health
open when
department.
I got
Well, we can
back.
find out
I
pretty soon
know.
about that health department because we got to connect to the health
We got an
department.
in.
We got an in with the health.
More coming soon.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Everybody's excited about the donut place, and I'm excited too.
I am too.
And it's donut time. That's all I'm saying. I like it because their menu makes sense, right?
I think so.
It makes sense.
Looks good to me.
And here's my charge for the day. And the people who need to hear this aren't watching, I don't think. The
You have
people
no reason to believe they're not.
the people who grumble about, oh man, Rogersville needs this, and this, like openly, constantly criticize, we don't have enough, or I want this to forever be a small town, and you're not supposed to bring people in here. I don't think those people are supporting much of anything in Rogersville.
They aren't.
They're not. I think they're just sitting in their house and eating their blue chips.
Blue Takis?
Blue Takis are tasty, but I mean,
I've never had one. They genuinely scare me.
I think I tried one once. I'm like, that was, and it tasted fine, but I'm like, that I don't need to eat a blue chip. but it's like, if you're going to be so adamant about your opinion of wanting Rogersville to stay the same, I need to be seeing you out there supporting the things that have been here a long time, and I just don't think I just don't think they do that.
Yeah.
They've got some nice breakfast offerings like biscuits and gravy, and I think some breakfast sandwich types things. So I'm looking forward to that happening too.
When they open, you can catch me there every morning.
I like it. Jesse made a good point. He's like, coming from the opinion of a guy that did construction for years and got up early in the morning and went to work. He's like, oh, construction guys coming into town, they'll just stop in there every morning and get breakfast and a drink to go. And I'm like, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah. I think that Springfield is a different place than it was. I lived there for 14 years, so I feel like I get to have an opinion on it. Springfield is a different place than it was. So that leads me, and this is going to transition to our next guest coming up next week. My hypothesis is that people will become less and less comfortable just running into Springfield to go have dinner or whatever. You're still going to go for the big things, right? Sure. And I'm talking about the people who live outside of town. And so you're going to see more and we have more population coming here. We know that without a doubt. They're all over, this area, including the rural spots of it. So you got more people. And that is the time for the rural small town businesses. Now is the time.
Yeah, we've become much more Rogersville oriented in most of our shopping, purchasing, and dining options. And there's some great. You can now, if you wanted to eat out every night, not you, Jack. In Rogersville, you could
still bossing you around
and not repeat. You could eat from somewhere different every time. I mean, you're going to eat probably a lot of Chinese, a lot of pizza, and a lot of Mexican in the process. But you can do it.
There's worse things to be eating.
Absolutely worse things like that. But.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Rogersville. Like, what's your hot take on the food scene? Are we close? Are we getting close to what we need to have?
Are we getting close to what we need to have? Well, we're getting breakfast.
Yeah.
And we have lunch and dinner options.
Yeah.
That's all I really need.
He's like, that's all I care about.
I would say, like, hey, because I've traveled a lot, I'm like, I want more, like, different types of food here. But let's be honest, the Missouri palate is not that complex.
Oh, I think it's changing, though. I think it's changing. Fordland didn't want new businesses, turned down some great progressive companies. Look at us now. Fordland, and they've got a couple of neat places, too.
They do.
The Wild, what's it called? Wild Horse Cafe?
Yeah, I think that's right.
And they've got some neat options.
Yeah. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah.
Seymour had the wagon wheel. I heard it closed, though.
Did it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Planning on headed that way.
But next week, we're going to have a guest, and it's someone who's opened one of these rural businesses out in Diggins, Joey's Custard Shop.
Looking forward to that.
She's going to be, Kristen from Joey's is going to be here. I haven't been there yet. My plan is to go this evening. Will that happen? I don't know, because my plans have been changing on a regular basis.
Well, I'll be giving an estate planning presentation here at the office tonight, so no custard for me.
No custard for you.
I will be here as well.
Yeah, Jack's working the show tonight. So.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. But so that's cool. So I'm excited to have her on and talk to her because it seems to be turning out to be a great success. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting thing, and we're going to learn more about it next week. And I grew up in a small town with small business owner family members and worked in small businesses, and it was tough, right? The factories left, the population was small, and
You're writing a John Cougar Mellencamp song right here.
I know. But now I feel like now is the time. Like, it's time. If you've been wanting to invest in a business in Rogersville in town, now is the time.
That's a good time to do it. We moved our law firm out here a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And it's been good. It's been great to be out here. I love being out here. I love not having to go to Springfield all the time.
Same.
It's fantastic.
I didn't drive to Kabul or Licking every day when I lived in Houston.
Right.
The expectation of when you live in a small town is that you can get most of the stuff you need there. And then when you need the bigger stuff, you go to the bigger town.
Well, you rarely have to leave
or order it.
I think you rarely have to leave Rogersville if you don't want to. But, we've got a lot of great producers around here, too. I want to make sure we cover that because we talked about healthy eating and all that. You can get local beef. You can get local pork.
Oh, our friend Emma. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you can get all
and
kinds
Westerlings.
of,
Yeah.
You can get all kinds of great local produce. There's farmers markets. Diggins has got one. Yeah, Beth, that's right. They do have kangaroos at Joey's.
Kangaroos
So
at
we're gonna
Joey's,
hear more
hence the
about
name.
that
I'm
next
excited.
week. Yeah, we're very excited. So you can get a lot of your food locally grown, locally produced. It's not going to come in those handy microwave packages. You know,
No,
you're going to have to
some
get out a
effort.
skillet, turn on the oven, fire up the grill, and cook it. But it's better that way.
100%.
I think that's what you and I know and have discovered. When you cook it yourself, the food is better. Not just
Way better.
because you cooked it yourself. It's just better food.
It's better
It
food.
tastes better. It's better for you. And really, I think if you want to be healthy, that's probably one of the keys. Get good local produce, meat, everything. Prepare it, cook it yourself. Learn a little bit.
Yeah.
You can Google it.
Google it.
Let me Google that for you. You can learn how to cook this stuff. You can find out anything on there. Foodnetwork.com has some great recipes. I love that.
They're usually pretty
on there.
pretty good. If you want to learn to cook, you just get an America's Test Kitchen cookbook. They're this big.
Yep.
And it has basically everything you need to know. And seriously, you can absolutely learn to cook from that.
Beth leaves Fordland and drives
to
to
Ha!
the metropolis
We
of Rogersville.
snagged ya.
Oh, Metropolis.
We got you, Beth. We got you in Rogersville.
That's okay. It all pushes out. So you know.
Well, I picked up another pig from Emma from Alexander's farm, and that has really changed a lot about my shopping habits and cooking habits. Is like, well, I have this pork, and there's all these different things that I can do with this pork, and I don't eat quite as much ground beef now because of it, because I have the pork and can substitute that in a lot of ways. But I mean, it's overall it saves you money.
There's nothing wrong with taking a pound of ground beef and a pound of ground pork and putting it
Nope,
right together
nothing
and
wrong
making
with that.
hamburgers. We call that Boston beef, I think.
The Boston blend, yep.
Yeah, we like that. We make a lot of hamburgers. So that's my hamburger recipe. If you want to know that, we take Boston beef, and if it's 2 pounds worth, I'm going to put 1 large egg.
One egg.
1 egg in the ground meat product, and then I get Hardcore Carnivore Black, which is my preferred
It's a solid seasoning, yes.
good
and
good.
mix that all up together. Mix it up real good, because you don't want clumps of seasoning. You don't want clumps of that. But nobody will know there's an egg in it when you're done, by the way. Nobody can tell. But it gives it a nice consistency, a little chewiness, and then you put those suckers on the grill. And
That sounds good. It makes me
I'll-
hungry. I haven't had breakfast.
I'll do a couple pounds on a weekend, and put them in the refrigerator all week, and I'll eat hamburgers all week.
Hamburguesas.
Happy guy, yeah. And we just need to make our own hamburger buns. We still buy the processed.
I've
hamburger.
done that. I have done it.
Yeah?
I've done it.
Yeah,
And they are tasty.
Yep.
But there's something about certain flavors you want with certain things.
yeah.
And I think if you ate one every single time, you'd get used to it. But the packaged hamburger bun has the tasty flavor of a packaged hamburger bun.
Yeah, especially the Hawaiian ones.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Love those Hawaiian.
Learn how to make those.
Yeah.
All
the
right.
one, it's
I'm sure
good.
I'm sure we can Google that. and figure
And
it out.
like I said, I've got a hamburger bun recipe, and I've made it, and they are good. It just, it's a several hour long process.
Yeah. Some of those things are very baking in particular gets to be time consuming. Cooking
Yeah.
and baking two different
Two different things.
Yeah, 2
Yes.
different skills. I'm not a baker.
Here's what we need. We need a person to open. We have lots of bakeries, but nobody in our bakeries we have bakery options, but they're not making hamburger buns.
Yeah,
You need your local bread store to open back up.
we should tell
Bring
Sue.
it back.
Maybe Sue will make us hamburger buns.
The bread stuff's
will.
tricky because it's so time consuming.
Yeah, it's true.
That a
And-
full blown bread shop is a little bit different than like what Sue does.
And a real bread doesn't have that long of a shelf life.
It does not.
No.
It doesn't have much of a shelf life at all.
So to make, you'd almost if
Yeah.
I was running that type of bakery, I would take pre-orders. I would say
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a run of hamburger buns. Who wants some?
Yep.
And get pre-orders. That way, you're going to sell. They're not going to sit on your shelf and go bad, go stale, mold, whatever they're going to do. I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
I don't know.
We'll run it by Sue on Thursday, maybe.
Sue.
I won't be here on Thursday. I'll be gone. I won't make coffee again.
Dun dun dun.
Jack's going to be driving me to the airport at 6 a.m.
Ooh, gross.
Because
Have fun with that.
Shelby and I are going down to St. Augustine for
Oh, that's fun.
the weekend. So I've got a little conference I'm going to be going to.
Very nice.
Down there, and she gets to wander around beautiful St. Augustine, Florida, which is a fun little town.
I've never been there.
You fly into Jacksonville. It's about a 45-minute drive
Oh, it's
from
not bad.
Jacksonville down to St. Augustine.
Not bad at all.
And just a really fun little town. It's very touristy in some areas. Like, you
Yeah.
know, there's some Branson-esque to it when I see it. But
That's okay.
Our hotel we stay at, short couple blocks down to this little place where there's a bunch of little shops and restaurants and, you know, kind of an open air kind of deal.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we enjoy that. That's last year I was down there when I lost a tooth. I remember that.
Oh.
I was eating ice cream. And one of my crowns fell out right here.
We're like, hi, I'm Will. I'm the
Right
hillbilly
there.
lawyer.
Right there in the front of my mouth. It was great because, you know, I was down there with this conference and I introduced myself the way I usually do and claimed to be a hillbilly because I think it's
And
valid.
you're like, see?
And then I showed up the next day without a tooth and like, holy cow, you're not kidding, are you? You're
Really a hillbilly.
you really are a hillbilly.
Yep.
Going up with a tooth missing right in front. So it was
Well, make sure to wear sunscreen while you're down there.
great. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I did not.
We've already
Oh,
learned
did you
that
get
lesson.
burned?
No,
Oh
he
my
did.
gosh.
Did you get fried?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to wear sunscreen.
My wife got sun poisoning and she was throwing up at 2 in the
Oh,
morning.
bless her heart.
bless
I
her.
didn't hear that story.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So anyway, everybody be good.
Be good. Wear
I will be back
sunscreen.
for
Wear
the
sunscreen.
for the waffle next week. I won't miss any shows, so we're just going
Good.
for the weekend.
Because we got, like I said, Joey's is coming.
I'm excited. I don't wanna miss
Kristen
that.
from Joey's is coming.
But I don't know. That's it for today, I guess.
All right.
So,
Thanks for being a spontaneous special guest.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah, of course. Look
job.
at this guy.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Toodles.